What's up, guys? It's ItsADemi, and I'm here once more with your future king.
What's up?
As always. Now, today we're going to be discussing...
Not disgusting.
You got that stuck in my head. As a matter of fact, we're going to be so disgusting that we're going to be talking about human transmutation or the Green Lantern ring. Basically, anything you can imagine you can do. Now, with it's alchemy, not human transmutation specifically. But would you rather be an alchemist who has seen the door, or the owner of a Green Lantern ring? And as you can see, I'm still sick. It sucks, guys. Not fun at all. Alright, so, alchemy. We're going to limit it to without the Philosopher's Stone, even though I tried very hard to throw that in, but that would make it no contest, because then there's no weakness with the alchemy.
Well, I mean, even with the
charge.
Philosopher's Stone, there is still a weakness. You have to kill them as many times. Well, that's what they're made of. You have to use as many souls as in, so you just have to make the fight last long enough for them to run out of souls. And so, if you drag it out long enough, you could run out of Philosopher's Stone, but... if you're smart and you know what the fuck you're doing with alchemy, you're not going to have to worry about that if you've got a Philosopher's Stone.
Right, and you'll be the only person using it.
Yeah.
As in every scenario. So, we're going to limit it to no Philosopher's Stone and the Green Lantern ring. In this scenario, it's going to take 2 minutes to charge.
So you can't charge on the fly in the middle of the fight.
Right. Because otherwise the Green Lantern ring would be too overpowered.
I mean, he still has to get through the entire chant. Well, I mean, though I don't think that's actually a requirement.
No.
I think you can just kind of
touch the ring to the thing.
Whee, all the power.
Yeah, you just touch the ring to the lantern, because he only had to say the oath to become the Green Lantern.
Well, that was in the movie anyways, but the movie's full of shit.
Well, I mean, even in the comics and the games, half the time in the middle of a fight, he'd power up by just summoning the lantern and go punch it, the ring. Charge up. So, we'll say, oh fuck it, let's throw in the Philosopher's Stone, because you can wheedle them down. And there'll be one of each, though. In the world, there'll be one Philosopher's Stone user and one Green Lantern. Yeah, so really, they're both only limited to their imagination, but which is better?
Alright, let's see. It's really hard to say what the Green Lantern ring can do, because before it was vulnerable to the color yellow, and it could not touch or interact with anything yellow, and yellow energies would deplete its own energy stores faster, so like bright yellow lights or whatever. But then somehow, I don't really follow Green Lantern a lot, but somehow Hal Jordan got away from that, so he doesn't affect him anymore.
By using his willpower to beat out fear.
Maybe, but I don't know exactly.
Willpower can be stronger than fear, but fear does defeat willpower.
But whatever the reason is, he can now interact with yellow things now, so that's not really a weakness anymore.
So he couldn't pick up a school bus and throw it?
No, he could not pick up a school bus before because it was yellow, but now he can. That's for reasons.
Well, now he can destroy the kitties.
Yeah.
But anyway, which would you choose?
Well, with the Green Lantern ring, you get flight.
Which is great.
With alchemy, you don't get that, but you still have lots and lots of things you can do. You can make anything you can think of, as long as you know how it's made, what it's composed of. You have to be really, really smart to be an alchemist.
But of course, in the stage of alchemy, having seen the door, you're going to be really smart.
Yeah, it fills your brain with all kinds of
information. And the middle stage of alchemy is analysis. These interruptions.
Yep, I have no idea what we're talking about now.
Alchemy. After having seen the door, you'd be really smart, and with the first stage of alchemy is analysis. You analyze, then deconstruct, and reconstruct. Now you can stop at any one of those points. You can stop at the deconstruction and just blow a hole in shit.
Yeah, like
or you can just analyze it and learn what everything is fucking made of. Just, alright, this wall is made of plaster.
Yeah.
And then you immediately know all the chemical composition of plaster, everything that went into making it, exactly what minerals and stones are in it, everything. But yes, you would still have to be really smart.
You have to. assuming if you've seen the door, you would then immediately go into as much research as possible on weaponry and any other thing that you might find useful, like construction, how to build buildings and such that are fucking able to withstand whatever, and structural weaknesses and all that shit. You'd be looking up basically architecture and weaponry would be the two biggest things that I'd be looking up anyways. And maybe human biology if I wanted to do some human transmutation, make some chimeras or something. Just make some fucked up monster mutant shit and throw at people. Just send a hydra down some homunculi down the street. Just be like, alright, homunculi, go break into a bank vault for me. I mean, I could
eat the door.
Yeah. Alright, Gluttony's the one that eats the door. Greed's the one that...
Oh, Gluttony. That's what I meant. Shut up. Anyway, so, verdict?
I still don't know, because being able to fly is so awesome. Also, you have a little shield of invulnerability around you if you've got a Green Lantern that's like to deflect bullets and stuff.
But then again, with quick thinking and alchemy, you can just wall.
And then you can be way up into the sky with a pillar and then branch it out and go further. You can go places and do things fast and stuff with alchemy, but you can't fly. You can't go into space. I mean, you can, but you just have to get a spaceship first.
The best you'd be able to do as an alchemist as far as flying is make a pillar and then step to the side and make some little straps for your feet and then push the pillar out full.
Yeah. Whee, I'm flying.
No, you're not. You're just attached.
So even though I really
and then a plane comes and blows through your fucking pillar because you can't see it.
Yeah. Even though I really liked fucking alchemy, I almost would prefer to have alchemy. Being able to fly with a Green Lantern ring is so useful. Green Lantern ring can translate languages for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much connected to the fucking internet. Any information you need, it can scan something, tell you everything about it. Just beep. This thing's made out of blah blah blah, is invulnerable to blah blah blah, and this is how you fuck this shit up with blah blah blah. And then you go, oh, blah blah blah, bang, blah blah blah, and then it's done. All the blah blahs.
Yeah, see, originally when we came up with this as a scenario, I was dead set on picking alchemy simply because it's the fucking Philosopher's Stone. And the door. You clap your hands together, put them against something, and boom, you have whatever the fuck you want. But after going over the data, like...
The only other thing I can say about one or the other, anything Green Lantern makes, will you?
Okay. What he was saying was that Green Lantern's constructs are all made out of light, and without willpower they can't be broken through. Because your constructs are only as strong as your will.
And they won't last. As soon as you quit focusing on them, they just disappear.
Right. Whereas alchemy, you can make something and it'll stand until someone destroys it.
Yeah, so you can make statues of yourself all over town and be like, hey guys, I'm awesome, you suck. But with Green Lantern power, you just have to fly around town and be like, look at me, I'm glowing green. Also, all that green, oh, so got it.
I really don't like the color green to begin with. It's a pretty color and all, but I'm red-green colorblind. The only time I've ever seen the color green is when I burn copper. So, that being said, it's
you wouldn't even
color,
be able to
I
make
wouldn't
anything.
even be able to see myself.
You'd be like, I don't know if I made a fist or not, but I'm hoping I did.
Well, I mean, I know what it is.
You see the outline?
It would be brown. In
I
the dark,
have
I would be useless.
Yeah.
In the dark, I would be useless. I'd have to make everything Earth style. Just,
well, I mean, you make a
just
big,
so it
bright
makes sense
brown
to me.
light.
Just so it makes sense to me. I'd make everything Earth style. But at first, I was dead set on alchemy because it's fucking alchemy. But after going over the data, Green Lantern can fly. Green Lantern has an impenetrable armor that until he runs out of juice in the ring, or until he runs out of willpower, it won't break.
Yeah, you can build anything you can think of. Fly into space,
Exactly.
breathe in space because he doesn't need you.
Breathe in space, fly at fucking Mach 10. I mean, he can fly pretty fast to get to other planets in the short amount of time that he has to in order to protect this squadron of...
Also, since he can open up a pocket dimension and put his recharging lantern in there, I'm pretty sure he could teleport if he fucking was smart enough. I don't know.
I'd be smart enough.
Just open up a pocket dimension and reopen it over here.
Exactly. Open up a pocket dimension. You just have to learn the mechanics of it, because 2 steps might be 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
So you might take 2 steps, open the door, and go through it, and you're 4,000 miles away. So you never know. You'd have to figure out by trial and error and hope you don't drown, but then you can breathe underwater, so it really doesn't matter.
The
Green
only...
Lantern, though you're not invulnerable as the Green Lantern, it is an extremely overpowered and extremely useful ring. To be just a ring is fucking useful as hell.
The only other thing is, it can still be stolen from you.
Yes.
Batman was able to slip it right off of Hal's finger while he was wearing it, and he didn't even fucking notice it, and he put it on and he was like, oh, this is pretty neat. And then he gave it back.
Yeah, but
that's Batman, but still.
Yeah, but I'm also not sure if this was just a movie or if this is also comic based.
No, that wasn't comic.
The ring chooses the person and no one else can use it.
Oh, no, that's not. Anybody I've seen in various animations and in the comics, people have taken Green Lantern rings from Green Lanterns and used them against them. So anybody can use it as long as they have the will.
In the movie, that dude with the peck or whatever his name was.
Yeah, his bullshit where, it chose me, so you can pretend to use it, and I'll let you think you're using it, but then I just call it back, and it doesn't work. If he
didn't call it back. He shot a little beat up the pulse at him, and it just stopped, and then went back in the plane.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if that was canon or not.
No, that was just from the movie, because anybody could pick the motherfucker up and use it. Now, there might be something to where
that is one downside.
You have to have strong will and good creativity to use it to its fullest, but anybody can pick it up and use it.
Anybody can pick it up and fire a Kamehameha.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, with all the TV we have nowadays, the Green Lantern ring would be fucking fantastic.
Lots of stuff for you to imagine.
Exactly. And it's already been created, so you don't have to imagine really hard.
Yeah, you don't even have to be creative. Just be like, oh, I saw this at one time, let me do that.
Exactly. Just fucking make a copy of you using Wolfang Fist.
Yeah.
Make a Yamcha appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, just like Yamcha. Get him.
Stick a magic carp.
Yeah, just flop a magic carp on their face. Alright, so here's the two downsides to the fucking Green Lantern ring. Everything's green, and it can be stolen. The two downsides, here's the downsides to alchemy. You can't fly. You can't breathe underwater.
You can't breathe in space.
You can't breathe in space, but you can't get to space anyways.
Without a spaceship.
Not a spaceship, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, so we'll take that one.
Yeah.
So we've got everything's green and it can be stolen versus you can't fly and you can't breathe underwater.
You see, with alchemy, you always have your power. So you get arrested, who gives a shit? Right through the fucking wall, I can escape any jail.
That's a huge plus.
No one
if you decide to be a supervillain like we talked about, with these amazing powers, it doesn't matter because with alchemy you can just bust out of jail.
Right. So,
and you can't take a ring into a prison.
With the Green Lantern,
unless it's wedding day. So good luck telling the cops it's a wedding day. Yeah,
with the Green Lantern ring though, you could fight armies. But eventually your shit would run out, and if you don't recharge it before they capture you, they'll just take the fucking ring from you, and then you're just a regular dude. But with alchemy, you can fight the same armies, and if they do manage to capture you, just whatever, okay.
I wouldn't even fight the army. I'd just sit there, take me away.
As long as they're not smart, as long as they're not smart enough to keep your hands where you can't touch them together, so you can't use alchemy, and you can't somehow do it with your fingertips to bust the. And then. As long as they're not smart.
First off, that is inhumane. So no one's gonna do that nowadays.
But they'll come up with a way to. It won't matter.
All they're gonna do is either handcuff you like this, and a chain that runs to your belt, so you can only lift your arms this far. Yeah. And even then, all you have to do is get right up on the wall, go.
Yeah.
Hole in the wall.
Before doing that, just touch the chains.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't have these, and then turn them into a weapon.
Exactly.
How'd I get so much matter from these chains that I can make a shotgun? I don't know, but fuck all y'all. Which I swallowed.
Exactly. So no, you didn't swallow it. I had it sewn into my ribcage.
Yeah. That way when I take a shit, it'll accidentally shit out my flush.
Flush it down the toilet, a fish eats it, and all of a sudden, Gargantuan, Gyarados.
Yeah, fucking the Kraken shows up. Somebody released the Kraken. Nope, it was me. I took a shit.
A fish eats it and evolves to Gyarados. Go Magic card.
So, for 1 second there, we was leaning more towards the Green Lantern ring.
I was seriously thinking about the Green Lantern ring, but and you know you're gonna get arrested at least once. Yeah, even if you're a hero, you're gonna get arrested at least once.
Just for flying around and being psychopathic, they'll be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be considered an enemy of the state at first. this dude is materializing shit out of thin air. We need to bring him in for questioning. They bring you in for questioning. The table's now a dinosaur and it just bit the officer. I'm out.
A little bit exaggerated, but yeah.
I don't
with
care.
the Philosopher's Stone, I'm sure. Yeah, you can make a dinosaur. But
I don't care. I'm just
otherwise, the table is not a dinosaur. That's good. I just turned into a gambling
Green
guy.
Lantern ring. They bring you in for questioning. They don't take all your belongings.
Yeah.
So even if you're just brought in for questioning as the Green Lantern, you have to act really quickly though. Because once you're brought in for questioning as a Green Lantern, now there's a dinosaur, just bit his head off, I'm out.
Yeah.
But then, of course,
everybody instantly knows where the secret of your power is. Because every time you use it, they see light fly out of your fucking ring. So that's the first thing anybody who wants to fuck you up is going to notice. They're like, oh, that ring is where he's getting all his power. Let's just cut his whole fucking hand off.
If you can get past my shield.
If you can get past the shield. Just wear him down with lots of rockets and tanks and shit until eventually, oh, its rent is depleted, no more charge. Let me pull out that lantern. Oh, you hit it with a rocket launcher. Fuck, I gotta go get my lantern. Oh, you got my arm behind my back because you're a police officer and I don't know how to fight. Ah, shit.
Because they really wouldn't know how to fight.
Yeah,
unless the fucking MMA star happens to watch this and go, I'd pick the Green Lantern ring. Holy shit! Green Lantern ring. I mean, odds are you're not going to be able to fight a police officer.
I know, I mean, depending. A lot of police officers are out of shape and fucking...
For a minute there, I was leaning towards the Green Lantern ring, but now that we've thought about it a little bit more in depth and considered prison, because that's definitely an option.
No one can hold you if you had alchemy. Nothing. That's one of the things I used to do in fucking
even
class.
if they were to somehow get rid of the Philosopher's Stone, you've still seen the door.
Yeah, so
Who cares? You just clap, put your hands on the wall, stop at the deconstruction. And you've got a big ass hole in the wall that you can
just instantly turn it and reconfigure it into a nice, sexy door and just turn the knob and open it right up.
Exactly.
And just be like, aha.
And then when you get out, just it's wall again.
Yeah, it's like.
And then they're thinking, what the fuck? What does this do? And I'm just walking down through the desert of the fucking maximum security prison.
Yeah.
Looney bin, mental asylum, whatever they want to call it. But I mean, let's be honest. First thing I would do is start going around town saying, hey, you want to see something cool?
Okay, yeah, I would definitely be doing tricks first.
Hell yeah.
But that night when it got dark, I'd rob the bank.
I'd be like, you want to see a magic trick? Sure. Pick a card, any card. Don't tell me what it is. Is this your card? No. What was your card? Ace of Spades. Is this your card? Yes! Oh my god! He's so much fun.
Or just turn them all the whole deck and then aces.
Exactly. What was your card then? If this ain't it, Ace of Spades. Oh, mind looking through this for me? Tell me when you find your card. Oh, here it is. What? Was that the only card that wasn't Ace of Spades? Guess again.
That one's an ace too. I got it all. It's just. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say.
I would start out with a little bit of tricks and whatnot, and then as soon as the sun sets on the first day that you know enough to get by, there went the wall of the bank.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if some motion sensors or some shit get you, what are they gonna do?
I just tunnel under. Just make a drop down.
You just walk out, make a hole, fill it with bags of money.
Yeah.
And then you know exactly where it's at.
Arrest me, please.
Go ahead. I want that bank. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. And then you never have to because you got all their money. Where'd you hide the money? I can't tell you.
You dug a really big hole.
What do all pirates do with their money? I buried it.
Arg.
And then they wouldn't know what the
fuck. The alchemic part.
And even then, yeah, I'd get a higher sentence because I didn't tell them where the money was. Because they try to cut a deal with me, tell me where the money is, and you'll get this much time cut off.
But I get all the time cut off because I'm just walking right out.
Like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Hell, I would not even fucking fight them or anything like that. I wouldn't even be sneaky about escaping either. I just open my fucking cell door and start walking out. When they tried to arrest me, I just let them be like, oh, go back in your cell, man. Okay, and I go back in there. And then every time I just open it back up and keep leaving until eventually I got out.
What the fuck are you doing? How do you keep getting out? Magic?
Just put handcuffs on them and pop off. Nope. Nope. Every time I clap and touch something weird happens, they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
They figure out that every time you clap, something weird happens. And then they go to inhumane means as you become a domestic terrorist, and then they'd be free to use whatever means to,
and they have me in one of them full body suits where I can't move anything with my fingers, like, oh, you thought it was the clap, didn't you? Mike.
I mean, that'd be pretty epic. I gotta say, Alchemy. Oh damn, Alchemy's pretty good. I mean, Green Lantern ring, yeah, you could blow a hole in your cell wall, but that's if they don't take the fucking ring. If you can't convince them that it's a wedding band, you're fucked.
And even if you do convince them it's a wedding band, even if they saw you at all use your powers, they're gonna know it comes from the ring.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if they see you use your fucking alchemic powers, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy has to clap before he can do anything."
I wouldn't let them see it though.
Just every time
I just bury my shit, and when they arrest me, they put the handcuffs on me, put them behind my back and everything. I'm walking behind the officers, just clap. Keep my hands behind my back. Handcuffs fell off a little while back. I get to the cell. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And they go to uncuff you and you're already scratching or something.
They go to uncuff me. I'm just sitting there. My teeth.
Oh, those fell off? Oh, I don't like those bracelets.
They were so bedazzled. And then, I mean, as soon as they close the cell door, or whatever, they close the cell door. And it wouldn't be that loud or anything like that. You can see a light in my cell.
And when they run back, the fucking door is still there, but it's more fancy. And now the lock's on the inside, and I can just open it and close it, and they can't do anything.
Just lock.
It's still a door there. It still fucking looks like it's a jail cell, but it's just slightly better than everybody else's.
It's got like intricate carvings.
Yeah, it's all really fancy and nice looking. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just open it up whenever the fuck I please and go wherever I want.
I wouldn't even open it towards the fucking prison. I would turn the wall on the outside of the prison into a fucking door.
Yeah, and then just walk right up.
And of course, first I would do that. I'd make the bars all intricate so they can't get in, and make sure the lock's on my side, so they can't get in. They'd have to go outside all the way around the prison, and by then I've already got a tunnel that's closed up over my head, and I'm just sitting there waiting for them to leave. They search the area, bring out the dogs and shit. Dogs and
Or like if you're robbing a bank or whatever, and you're doing it not in a stealthy way, and you're just carrying all the fucking money over your shoulder, and then the SWAT team surrounds you, walls all the way around you, and then when they come up to fucking get to you, oh, you've already made a tunnel to wherever the fuck you want to go. Closed it off, made several other tunnels while you were going, so they have no idea where you're going, and they follow the tunnels.
They're just going through, walking through, making a tunnel. Keep walking. I need to turn this way.
You have tunnels that shoot off from the fucking dead ends everywhere. Have one pop up in somebody's house so they think that you're hiding there. They were like, I know you're hiding there in here somewhere.
And that's only if they search every fucking tunnel.
Yeah, and that's gonna take a long time. Yeah. They probably just give the fuck up and say, fuck it, he got away this time.
And then I just pop the tunnel up in some random ass area.
Shit, while they're looking for you, pop up in the police station.
Exactly.
Just climb out and there's like one or two police there and be like, sup? Like, how the fuck you get in here? Who are you? Be like, hey, you watching the news? That's some crazy shit happening, right? And then they're fucking trying to, they got their tasers at you. As soon as they fire, you touch the taser and fucking reverse it into some shit, some other shit.
Wouldn't even have to do that. Just wall, grab the taser, stick it into them.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
It's gotta be Alchemist.
Damn. That's...
I mean, the only thing...
That is actually unexpected. Like, I wanted Alchemy to win so bad, but now that it has, I'm like, oh shit.
The only thing that Green Lantern has over Alchemy is that you can fly.
You can fly and breathe underwater.
But you can still breathe underwater. You can just build yourself a scuba gear and then go underwater.
Well, you heard it here first. Somehow Alchemy won that one. That's actually pretty epic. I wanted Alchemy to win.
That's just because it can't be stolen from you. It's your own knowledge and your own power.
That's pretty much the only reason. Outside of brainwashing or electric convulsive therapy, which, how are they going to get you with that if they can't fucking catch you?
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of shit like that, they can't stop you. They can't take it from you. They can't.
Yeah, it's your knowledge and your power.
To themselves, no matter what they do.
They might be able to prevent you
from doing it. Prevent you from doing it at all is through hypnosis. Some way to put up walls on that memory or whatever.
Or to completely bind your arms where you can't use them. Exactly. Or remove them entirely. Then you'll be the fucking nub Alchemist.
Yeah, then you just jump up in the air and clap. I mean, I'd walk around barefoot all the time.
Everywhere you stomp, random shit pops out of the ground, hits people in the face. Just, and then a foot flies up out of the ground, made of stone, and kicks someone in the nuts.
My foot flies out of the ground. Maybe it's going. Football. Field goal is good. Anyway, guys, it looks like Alchemy went slightly unexpectedly. And that's going to be it for this episode of Would You Rather Be. Tune in next week to see Would You Rather sheepskin or latex. Any thoughts?
One more thing Alchemy would help you do. Ganja.
Oh my god.
If you know the chemical fucking makeup of ganja, just anything you see, weed, pick it up. Oh, I don't have a bowl. Bowl. Put that in there.
Bowl out of the TV.
Oh, I've got, what's his face? Colonel Mustang's power. Little fire. Be awesome. Perfect. Just what I need.
Anyway, that's all for this episode, guys. Tune in next week, and we will have an all new. Well, maybe not next week. Tune in sometime, and we will have an all new episode for you. All right. That's it for today. Laughter does good like a medicine. So as always, keep watching, keep laughing, and keep living. The month of May.
420 blaze it.